Hello guys, it's Jared here, and I'd like to review a new movie that's come out. I watched it on Disney Plus called Jungle Cruise. So basically, the movie is set in the year 1916, and we have this archaeologist, I think, called Lily, who's played by Emily Blunt, and her brother, who's called McGregor, who's played by Jack Whitehall, and they team up with this skipper called Frank Wolff, who's played by Dwayne Johnson, or at least Frank Wolff is what he says his name is at first. And basically they go on a journey to get this ancient artifact, and I've reviewed some other films by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and I really do love his films for the most part. I mean, I've reviewed the Fast and Furious films before, and he's not in all of them, of course, but pretty much all the best ones have him in them, and even the spin-off Hobbs and Shaw, I really liked as well. And I've also reviewed the 2 Jumanji movies he did, which I really love these movies as well, and I actually much prefer these over the Robin Williams film. So yeah. And it has Jack Whitehall in it as well, which is interesting. Has anyone watching this? Has anyone watched his Netflix show, Jack Whitehall Travels with My Father? Now that is just really hilarious. How he travels to different places with his father, and in that show they talk about how Jack wants to try and be more of a proper movie actor, because he was an actor before, but he was more of a television actor, and I guess more recently he's trying to be more of a movie actor. And I think in his Netflix show as well, he talks about, I'm pretty sure he says that he'd like to do a movie with The Rock, which is probably why he was in this. So yeah, that's kind of nice to see. Also, before this movie, Jack Whitehall was in a god-awful Belgian animated movie called The Queen's Corgi. I believe, I might be wrong, but I believe that was his previous movie before Jungle Cruise. And I mean, this is much better than The Queen's Corgi, which is not, it's not exactly easy to top, but yeah, it's definitely much better. So I'm pretty sure now Jack Whitehall's going to be doing more movies, and I hope he does more movies like Jungle Cruise and less movies like The Queen's Corgi. So yeah. So I think what really makes this movie a lot of fun is just the chemistry between the 3 main characters, of Frank and Lily and McGregor. They just really work off each other really great. At first Lily doesn't really get along with Frank, but they grow like a bond with each other as it goes along. And Dwayne Johnson is really great and really charismatic, like he always is. I mean, he is basically playing the same character that he plays in everything, but he is fun to watch, I will say that. And Jack Whitehall as well, yeah, is fun to watch in this, much better than The Queen's Corgi, than he was in The Queen's Corgi. And Frank also has this pet, I'm not sure if it was a leopard or a cheetah, but it was one of those, like a big cat, with spots. And yeah, I just love how he refers to it as his pet cat. To him that's just normal. I just found that very funny. And the main villain of the movie is this German guy who's played by Jesse Plemons, and he's pretty fun to watch. And you also have other side villains. There's this guy who's made out of tree roots, and there's also a guy who's made out of loads of snakes, and there's a guy who's made out of loads of bees, and they look really cool, I will say. And yeah, and you also have Paul Giamatti in this, who plays this guy who has a parrot. He's not in it that much, but I mean, I thought he was pretty fun to watch, he usually is. Now I should mention as well, this movie is actually based on a ride at Disneyland. It's called Jungle Cruise. I don't know anything about the ride, but So, you know, judging it as a film by itself, I think this film is a lot of fun. So, you know, you can enjoy this movie even if you know nothing about the ride it's based on. So, yeah. So, yeah, it is very much like, you know, the typical Dwayne Johnson film. But, you know, I think if you like these sort of films that Dwayne Johnson does, you know, I think you'll have a fun time with this, you know, because I really had a lot of fun with this movie. I would love to hear your thoughts on it as well. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, bye.